Harbor Freight when they break and they're piece of shit quality tools when you can go get an American-made socket set for, I don't know,
Yeah,
that
you
were
don't accept
pulled.
studies because you literally just think, oh, that's woman thinking.
Yeah,
Like,
do
that's
you think there's
dude,
possibilities that there's
dude.
women inside this?
Like, why do you support Trump?
Honestly, just a delightful human being. I mean, there's many different reasons on why I support President Trump. He was a president before. He's one of the best things to ever happen in United States history. If you can't see that, I'm sorry, but I'll help explain it to you. So, I do agree with some of the tariffs, not all the tariffs, obviously, but hopefully bring manufacturing back to the United States of America. Even though I do agree that it will take a little bit, and you and I might get charged an extra 15% for everything during our entire lifetime. Um, I think personally that it'll be better for the greater good of our nation as a whole, and it'll help out our grandchildren. I hope that it'll bring manufacturing back, and honestly, certain things should be tariffed more, especially when it comes to things that we can manufacture easily inside the United States of America.
So you what you just tried to reference there was targeted tariffs, not Trump's universalized tariffs, which we've seen have actually led to a decline in real domestic
Right, especially
manufacturing
to an
investment
extent.
every single quarter of Trump's administration so far. So, given that you've seen it decline, real domestic manufacturing investment, and actually not succeed with respect to what your intention was, why do you still support it?
Yeah, so like I said, tariffs in general, and I also said I support some of his tariffs to an extent. I mean, yeah, no, not all the tariffs are good, especially on certain countries or certain goods. But if we tweak these tariffs and implement them in certain ways, like why are we buying, I don't know, socket sets from China when they cost $100 down at Harbor Freight when they break and they're piece of shit quality tools when you can go get an American-made socket set for, I don't know, 170. If you actually shift,
Wait, so I don't know what specific thing you're referencing, but I
you
do
don't know
know
what a
that
socket
people
set
that
is?
I don't know what specific thing you're ordering from people, right? Or the comparison that you're making of, oh, I'll buy this one or I'll buy the other one. I said I'm not familiar with the specific, right, like purchase, right? I've never done that myself. Okay, so
You've never bought a socket set?
what? Well, I'm confused.
You've never bought a socket set?
No, I not that I remember. Wait, what is that?
What is a socket set,
Yeah.
bro?
Why are you acting like this
Okay,
is crazy? Because I
a
feel like this is a
socket set.
complete
So like,
deflection away from the
you're
conversation.
familiar with like working on vehicles, anything with bolts on it, bridges. You see those bolts or those nuts that go on the bolts. Yeah. So taking your rims off of your car,
Okay,
taking
so
your parts and components off your vehicle. Those are sockets. They break when they're made out of cheap Chinese metal. When they're
okay,
made out of
okay. Wait,
good
why are
United
you
States
laughing at me
steel.
because I've never bought a tool? Like you just sound fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when I can
What?
go
Like
save
I'm sorry.
myself
Like
two
what?
thousand
What? Why are
dollars
you laughing at me because I've never bought a tool? Are you like what type of ludicrous fucking thing to do?
That's just not manly in any way, shape,
It's
form, or
not manly. I
capacity.
don't give a shit what you think is manly. There are plenty of things about you that I don't think are manly. I mean, you
You didn't
support a
even know
guy.
what a
I
socket
mean,
set was,
respectfully, you
bro.
support a guy that's a
Oh
predator,
my
right? I
god.
don't think that's very manly of you.
I don't support Trump.
You just came on the live saying you do support Trump.
Yeah, more than Kamala.
Yeah, that means you protect the predator over the person that literally was a former prosecutor, former district attorney,
I just don't
former
think a
attorney
woman should be
general.
president. So, like,
Exactly,
not
because you're a
buying a socket set
misogynist.
is
Okay, so
absolutely
is that
egregious.
manly? Is that manly to
I
say
think I think
that
Charlie
you
would have been a
demean
better
women, that you
president.
think that women are
Holy
inferior?
fuck. To an extent, in some way, shape, form, or capacities, absolutely. I mean, when it comes to working on a vehicle, doing roofing, yeah, I'd rather a man on the job site. When it comes to nursing, um,
Well, what if the
answering
woman is more
phones,
skillful at that particular task?
it might be possible. Yeah, I'm sure
Well,
that I would
it's
rather
not
a
that it might
woman
be
on a
possible,
roof
it's that
than
it's
you.
true in millions of
I'm sure
cases.
that
So
there's
would
a
you like to
lot of women.
in those
Yeah,
cases, would
you're
you
right.
prefer the person who's more skillful over the person who's less skillful,
Yeah, I do believe that
regardless
there'll
of
be
their
a lot of
gender?
women that are more skillful on working on a vehicle or up on a roof than you. Unfortunately,
Okay,
that is a
and
reality in the
so
United States
that's actually
today.
like proof of the point. Now that doesn't change how manly I am as a person because
Yes, it
manliness
does.
isn't solely defined by
There
whether or
are
not you
many
can
women.
fix things.
There are many women that are more manly than you, Parker. Let's get back to the point.
Okay, wait. So do you want to actually engage in any type of argument? Because your
We're talking
notion
about
of
tariffs.
manliness, I think, is very, very vacuous. Okay, would you like to
We're
define
talking about tariffs.
manliness?
You want to talk about my
Would you
opinion
like to
on
define
manliness?
manual? Would you
No,
like
you're
to define
completely deflecting
manliness?
from tariffs.
You're the one who brought this up.
You're deflecting from tariffs.
Says
I
the one
said
who brought
I
this
said that
up.
you aren't manly
I'm deflecting for responding to what you
because of
said. So
socket
criticizing what he
sets. And
says
when
is
we're having a
apparently
conversation
deflecting from
about
the
tariffs,
conversation.
you can criticize all you
Yeah,
want.
so
You're
then
moving the
respond to
goal.
my criticism.
You're completely deflecting. I'm not going to
Are you
respond
scared
to
to
your criticism
respond
when
to
we're
my
in the middle of a
criticism?
debate about tariffs.
For someone who's so manly, you confront being actually criticized for your perspective very frequently.
You want to have a conversation about
You sound,
manliness now.
yeah, I'm waiting. What's your response to what I just said? It sounds like you don't have the ability to
I already
intellectually
got the
engage.
greatest clip I think I'll possibly ever get from you that you don't even know what a socket set is. So I'm gonna let you get back to it,
Wow,
Barky.
he's laughing. I literally didn't know what a tool was. Wow. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's
Career
absolutely
over.
fucking
Oh my
ridiculous.
God. Parker, good
Do you
job.
know
How
the
is he
difference
gonna
between
ever
a
come
hammer
back from
drill?
this? He
Do you
doesn't
know
know
what
what
the
a
difference
tool
is
is. Oh my
between a
God.
hammer
Parker's not
drill and an
manly
impact?
enough for this random guest as Charlie Kirk as his profile picture and says his name is conservative values yet supports Donald Trump over Kamala Harris.
Dude, you don't.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so
Why would
sad.
anybody take
Oh my
advice
God, that
from you?
really hurts.
You
That
can't even
really
fix
hurts
your
me
girlfriend's
on
tire,
the
bro.
inside, man.
Or your
Oh my
boyfriend's.
God,
It doesn't
this
affect
random
you.
guy on the internet called me not manly enough. Oh my God, that hurts so badly.
Thanks, Parky. I really appreciate that. Is this on YouTube as well?
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. I think that this is going to be delightful, glorious, tremendous. I hope you have a good rest
Well,
of your
now
day,
he's
and
gonna run
hopefully,
away and cower away because
hopefully
he
it's been
can't
a tool.
intellectually engage in a
No,
debate.
because you
Wow,
completely
dude. Wow,
deflected
dude.
from
How
you
manly. How
completely deflected
manly.
from
Look how
tariffs and
manly
you want
this
to talk
guy
about
is.
manliness.
He's about to cower
Hmm.
away and run away from an
I'm not
intellectual
going to sit here.
engagement.
I'm
Look
not
at
going to
this.
sit here.
Wow, so manly. Really strong man. Really tough man. Run away from a very, very non-manly person, right? So manly to cower away from an intellectual engagement. So manly. Was that what Charlie Kirk would do? The person in your profile picture?
Talking about manliness. I mean, we were having a complete conversation about tariffs, and then I implemented a socket set. You didn't know what it was. I explained it to you. I told you that it wasn't manly, and now you're running on a
So are you
tangent
responding
about
to why are you
manliness.
running away from the conversation given that you're so manly?
I'm not. If we're having the same conversation about tariffs and socket sets and other things that we import into the
You brought
country,
this up randomly. You asked
I'll
me what a
stay.
socket set when it had no relevance to the conversation. Okay, I specifically said I don't know about the specific transaction relating to the industry because I've never bought within the industry. But that doesn't change the fact that Donald Trump's universalized tariffs have been detrimental
Well,
to real domestic manufacturing investment. Targeted
this
industries
explains why.
in specifically for specific industries can be effective for building up domestic manufacturing within those industries. Now it depends on the specific industry that's in reference. If you're doing universalized tariffs, that affects all aspects of the manufacturing process and can even make manufacturing within this country more expensive because manufacturing in this country, the assembly process within this country, relies on different supply chains from around the entire world. So you're missing the
Exactly.
point in terms of the tariffs on why they're even harmful in the very first place from a universalized standpoint when you specifically just argue for targeted tariffs.
Yeah, so blanketed tariffs, like I was saying earlier, are absolutely, definitely in certain circumstances and implementations a net negative because obviously we need steel. Obviously, we need different things like copper. We need plastic. We need these other things from other countries. So, yeah, putting a blanketed tariff can definitely have some negative side effects inside the United States of America when it comes to our manufacturing. But when it comes to tools that I use on a daily basis and bust my knuckle using in extremely harsh conditions and strong capacities, and,
Oh, you want a
the
cookie?
difference
You want a
between
cookie? Wow, dude, in really
dude,
strong
hold on,
capacities. Oh my God, like in really harsh conditions, like the worst harsh conditions you've ever seen in your
yeah,
life, actually. Okay.
yeah, like negative 10-degree
Oh,
weather.
yeah, yeah,
Metal gets
all the
really
time. Yeah,
brittle,
in the
especially
middle
when
of
it's cheap,
summer. In the middle of
especially when
summer,
it's
yeah,
cheap,
yeah, negative 10-degree weather in the middle of summer. I
especially
wonder
when
where
it's
you're doing
cheap
this. The fucking North
metal.
Pole, beyond the
Especially
wall,
when it's cheap
next to
Chinese
the White
metal, it gets
Walkers.
really brittle. Can we have an actual conversation here?
Yeah, you just said that you're literally doing this at all points in time in negative 10-degree weather. It's the middle of summer, sir.
No, no, I do use these things in negative 10-degree weather. That's why I said harsh conditions. I didn't say always in harsh conditions. I don't know why you're being disingenuous and why you won't even let me talk. This is absolutely egregious conversation. I'm surprised anybody entertains this or anybody watches this. But
Says the one who was in the
so
stream and
yeah,
waited in the guest box to join up and was
when
watching
I'm
the
using
stream.
a $2 socket and it happens to be negative 10 degrees here in the great state of Pennsylvania, yeah, it definitely is affected by the coldness and makes the metal very brittle, especially when it's cheap Chinese metal. If you use good, high quality American metal like Snap-on or Matco or things of that nature, then
You know
you're
that
not going
there
to
were
break it.
tariffs on steel under both administrations that
Yes,
pre-existed Trump.
yeah.
So
You know,
what's
let
your
me finish.
point?
I'm just gonna fucking go. I hope you have a good rest of your day,
Oh, you're gonna run
Parsons.
away?
You no, you literally can't. You're incapable of having
Wait,
an actual genuine
I just
conversation.
did. I just did. I literally added to what you just said, and you didn't respond to it. I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. Are you gonna run away because that hurt your feelings? That make you a little emotional? Can't engage reasonably now?
I'm not emotional. This is absolutely crazy to me that you can talk to people like this and somehow get viewership from it. I mean,
It sounds like
obviously,
you're being pretty emotional.
I understand that my knowledge and my manliness and the things that I do for a living definitely impact my views because I understand what it's like to have good United States made tools when you don't.
Good
I
United
get
States. Then
that.
buy them. You have the
I
free
do.
market chance to do that. So why are you so offended that other people want to buy other products?
Because it's absolutely fucking garbage. You're wasting your money and you don't
Okay,
even
man.
realize it.
Then
The
I'm
first
sorry
time
that
you
hurts
go
your
buy a socket
feelings,
set. No, the
but
first
that
time
let
you
them
go
do what
buy a
they want to
fucking
do.
socket
They
set,
decided
you
to
go
make that
get.
trade.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. You're interrupting me in the middle of my sentence, my conversation, my statements, and then thinking that this is somehow professional.
Okay, make your point, man. I never said this was professional.
Yeah. So let's talk about you. The first time that you go buy your fucking cheap little chintzy fucking socket set and get ripped off, yeah, I'm upset about that. Yeah, I'm upset about the fact that people are selling these absolutely garbage tools to single mothers, men who have never worked a day in their life or just got out of high school. They're getting completely fucking ripped off. They don't even realize it, and then they waste hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, on cheap sets of tools. And there's these other options available that they're just incapable of even knowing about because they live in places like where you are in California, where people were raised by liberal parents, have no idea what the fuck is going on in the world, and
My
never held a
parents were
goddamn
Republican.
hammer.
I grew up in Iowa.
Yeah, your
I grew up in a
parents.
conservative Christian household. They were
How does
Republican. Yeah.
Thanksgiving go for you?
What do you mean? What? What is that supposed to mean?
Do you have political debates with your parents?
Yeah, I have. My mom's a liberal now.
Your mom's a liberal now.
Yeah, my
Wow,
mom's liberal.
I bet she is.
Yeah. Wait. I'm sorry. Did that hurt your feelings that I grew up in a conservative Christian household? Didn't fit your narrative of like, oh, you didn't have tools. And the first toolbox I ever got was from my mom.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure she was really concerned about
Yeah,
what.
my mom is like the more technical one comparative to my dad. My mom is the one to always like fix things, right? And that probably hurts your feelings.
No, I don't give a shit. I actually would love it if more women were actually a little bit more independent when it comes to doing things like that, so that I don't get phone calls in the middle of the fucking night because their fucking car doesn't turn on because their fucking battery terminal is loose. Um,
So do you see how like any compliment that you try to apply to women somehow comes with like some sort of insult and degrading of
it's not
them?
an insult.
Like you just literally tried to
I
compliment
literally said
women
that
by
you weren't
degrading
manly.
them.
I would
Like
hate getting that same
you
phone
couldn't
call
even
from
just let
you.
yourself compliment women one time. You hate women so much, bro.
There's a lot of women out here that are a lot stronger and a lot manlier than you. That's a great compliment.
Yeah, but
Um,
you're saying that in like a negative connotation again because you don't think women having manly characteristics is good.
no,
Because
no,
you think
to
that
some
people
ways,
ought
to
to
certain
abide by their social
capacity,
norms.
definitely is good. I mean, if you go and marry a fucking woman that does everything around the house for you, yeah, that's absolutely negative. I don't understand what
Yeah,
the
yeah, you
fuck
should
goes
be doing
on.
the
And
dishes, right? You should be doing things around the house. You should be cleaning, right?
I don't mind doing that shit. I mean, I could work fucking 8 hours a day, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, come home and help my wife around the fucking house. That's not a problem. But the problem here is when women refuse to do that because they think that it has something to do with their heritage of being a woman
When
or
women
women.
refuse to do that, what is that even supposed to mean?
When women say, "Oh, I don't do dishes, I don't do laundry, I don't cook, I don't clean," because women have been oppressed and
Yeah, yeah,
suppressed in the
for
past.
you.
No,
Yeah,
that's
if
like
they don't
black
want to
people
do it
saying
for you, that's totally their right.
that's like black people saying that they don't want to work.
Wait, I'm
Like,
sorry. Wait, what? If they don't want to do it for you, that just means you clean up after yourself. What? What are you talking about? Are you
no,
mad that you have to clean up after yourself? Is that what it
the
is right
kids,
now?
Parker. Talking about the kids, Parker.
You're talking about okay, so you're saying that you won't so you're saying the parent won't be a parent and clean up after kids at all?
Sometimes, I mean, dude, like what I'm talking about
So
is women
that would be an issue regardless of
women that
whether
work
they're a man or a
purposely.
woman. If you're not going to clean up after your
Oh
own
my
kids and
goodness,
like help out with your own kids, then yeah, that would be an issue regardless. I don't
this
know
is
why you're
absolutely
specifying that
fucking
to only
ridiculous.
women, when especially women are significantly more likely to engage in domestic labor in the household. Like, if you want to talk about who's not doing this, it's typically the men
Yeah, why are women more likely to do it, Parker? It's because the man makes more money and
because
man
of
works
social norms.
harder.
Because
Listen,
because
let
there's
me
a
finish. Like, what the
you
fuck?
asked a question, I responded. I'm sorry that hurt your feelings.
Okay, so if I'm up on a fucking roof in 90-degree weather, busting my fucking ass all day long, I come
Get a different
home.
job if it's such a big problem for you.
No, I fucking enjoy my job. I make a lot of money doing
Okay,
my
if you
job. I
enjoy your
provide for
job,
my
stop
family.
complaining so
Let
much
me
about it.
finish. Let me finish. I'm no. It's not even a complaint. It's just the fact that I'm tired at the end of it. Just like you
Cool.
are after you get
Cool. Do
off
you want
these
a pat on the
debates. I'm sure
back?
that you're. I'm sure that you're mentally tired, mentally
Do you want a
drained
pat
after
on
you
the
get off
back
these
though? What's
debates.
the point of
Are
bringing
you?
that
Are
up in
you
this
not?
conversation?
Are
I'm
you
not your
not
therapist.
mentally? Are you not mentally exhausted after getting off of these debates?
Yeah, but I'm
Is that
confused
a
with the
complaint or is
relevance.
that just reality?
I'm confused the relevance.
Is that a
I'm
complaint or is
mentally
that
exhausted
reality?
because of people like you, sir.
Is that a complaint or is that reality?
Well, again, I'm not bringing that up to a person on the live stream. That could be like a personal thing you bring up in your personal life, like with someone that you're off the live talking to. I don't know why you bring up in the middle of the
Because
debate.
our
I'm
debate
not your
is talking about
therapist.
what I
I'm not
do
your
after I
friend.
get
I don't
off
know why you're
work.
bringing that up to me, sir.
Because what we're talking about right now is what I do after I get off work. Yeah, if I'm physically exhausted, yeah, I'm gonna want to come home after 12 hours, kick my boots off, and take a nap, go to sleep, or eat some food. And
Cool. Why are you
yeah,
telling me this? What's the point?
because you're sitting here telling me, like, what in the fuck is actually wrong with you, bro?
What's the point of your response?
You're sitting up here telling me that I was complaining about working hard up on a roof. I was making the point that yeah, women's social norm is to do more around the house because men work harder and provide more income. And then I went to go try to explain why, and you cut me off at every single point.
Wait, if you account for that, if you account for women and men making the same, women still engage in more domestic labor. You don't know anything about the
Women
statistics,
do
sir.
riskier jobs.
Wait.
Roofing is
When women
one of the
make
most
more
dangerous
than
jobs on
men,
the
they
face of the
still do
planet.
more domestic labor in the household.
Roofing is one of the
Did you know
most.
that? Wait, did you know that when women make more than men, that they still do more domestic labor in the household?
Show me your stats.
Yeah, we could.
Show me your stats that women specifically that make more than their husbands do more around the household. Where the fuck does that study exist?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this as of recently. Yeah, you can find this immediately.
What are the
NPR
percentage of
right here.
wives?
This is women are earning more money, but they are still picking up heavily load at the home. That's from NPR. That's the title.
More money in general or more money than the husband?
More money than the husband.
Okay. How much more money than the husband
Oh my
on
God.
average are these
Wait,
women
dude,
making?
wait, I'm sorry. This is just the like next level generational code.
What?
Wait, so you accept that at the
What
same
percentage of
level?
women are even making more money than their husbands? So, like, what I was saying, let me finish my fucking statement for once, please. The fucking, what I'm saying is, men are more likely to make more money because they do more dangerous activities. When I'm
Uh-huh.
up on a roof, which is one of the most dangerous jobs on the face of the planet, is upheld by 99% men. Yeah, obviously I'm going to make more money because women don't want to do that job. If there was also a 50% percentage of women doing this job, there would be twice as many people in the job market for this exact job. Since that's not the case, obviously I'm going to make more, and my life being at risk at all points in time during the day is definitely a factor in how much money I make.
Wait, sorry, repeat that last part you just said.
Obviously, my life being at risk at all points in time in the day has a factor on how much more money I make.
Okay. And what's the point with that? Because you can make more money without doing those things.
Yeah, there's definitely things that you can do that you can make more money at.
Okay,
But
what's what's the
that's
point
definitely
of
a
bringing any of this
factor
up?
for men. When it comes to men making more, they're more likely to risk their lives at
What?
40 hours a week plus.
Okay, I mean, if you're risking your life, that's your choice with your job. Why are you putting
Yeah,
that
and you're
on
making
your
more money.
significant other?
No, you're making more money due to the fact that you're risking your life.
Okay, and well, why is that
That's
the
all I
fault of
was
the
saying.
person you're in a relationship with?
Because you're sitting up here talking about women are making more money. Like, yeah, there's actually a reason on why there's disproportionate
Wait,
um,
wait, no, it's not. That's not. Wait,
wage gaps between wage
that's not even the point I was bringing up. I wasn't
between
bringing up a
genders.
point about even wage gaps. I was saying specifically
You
when
talking
women
up
make
here?
wait, regardless of income, right? Women do more domestic labor in the household. That's typically what happens, right? That's what the data indicates. That's because of this, what's called the second shift, right? Which has happened where the social norms specifically that have existed historically that have pushed women to these social norms that they ought to do more domestic labor and men are okay with like not doing domestic labor, like those have been passed down while even women have been while women have also gone into the context of labor and the context in the workforce. So it's a double shift because it's while also working in the context of employment, you're also seeing the same type of domestic labor continued that existed historically because of those social norms. Does that make sense?
Do you think that today, in the modern age, yes, it makes sense to an extent. So, do you think that today in the modern age that there is a different proportionate wage gap between genders simply due to the fact that men are willing to work harder jobs that also risk their lives and they get paid more because their jobs are physically harder and because they risk their lives?
No, I don't think that's the typical determination. No, I don't think most men are in like extraordinarily risky jobs.
No, not
There are
most. Do you
some
think
men
that
that
there's,
go into risky jobs and they get paid more because of that, but I don't think that's
even if
going
it's
to be in reference to
2%,
like most people.
even if it's only 2%, does this affect the stats?
Very minimally, yeah.
I
But
would disagree with
I
that.
just
I think the
I just don't
2%
see
can
how
make
that would be like the
a lot of
main
a difference in
story.
stats.
Like what? I'm sorry. Like I think that there are broader things that could explain this, right? And I do think that there is discrimination that can be involved within the explanation of that. And I don't think that that's something that you are willing to account for at all. And I also don't think that's a conversation that is even relevant to the one that I was trying to establish. The basis for what I was establishing is that, like, again, we're talking about domestic labor, right? And the percentage of domestic labor given that they have a relative income or a lesser income or even higher income. And the same thing is still true that there's greater levels of domestic labor on behalf of women
I
in
mean,
the
like
context of household comparative to men.
there's absolutely no proof to that.
I
You
just
can
gave you
bring
a
up
source.
studies, you can bring up studies and cite sources. This is based off of women's opinions. Like, I guarantee that. Like, what the
I'm
fuck are you
sorry,
talking about?
that's not true. That's called a study.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that
a
you can't
study that's based
categorize
off of
anything.
a
You
complete
categorize facts as women's opinions because women's opinions are always factual.
the
But I
study based
understand
on.
that you had that analysis because you have caveman level of critical thinking skills.
No, this is a study based off of women
Yeah,
that
you
were
don't accept
polled.
studies because you literally just think, "Oh, that's woman thinking."
Yeah,
Like,
do
that's
you think there's possibilities that there's
dude.
women inside this?
Like
Do you think
I'm not trolling. You sound like a caveman, bro. Come on. Are you serious? I don't trust study because that's woman thinking. Like, come on, bro. What type of stupid ass response was that?
No,
Jesus
listen.
Christ,
So,
man. You gotta realize that that
if
was
you go and
ridiculous.
poll a bunch of men,
That was a
and
comically ridiculous thing to
do
do.
if you go poll a bunch of men and you say, oh, do you do the same around the house that you do as your wife? Obviously, they're gonna say, yeah, I try to do as much as I can, and yeah, it's pretty proportionate, and we do about the same. So you go poll a bunch of women, they're like, oh, I do everything around the house. Like it's completely different. Like obviously, I'm not gonna take what 1,000 women said in a poll into my stats. Like it's absolutely egregious. How you even think that that's factual at all in any way, shape, form, or capacity probably isn't even the case. A lot of these women don't even take care of their kids. They're probably telling you that they do everything for their kids. You're absolutely wrong.
Do you have a wife?
Yeah,
I bet she feels very listened to and understood in
I
your
know.
relationship.
She absolutely loves
Sounds
me.
like
I
you
listen.
really
I'm a
consider the
great
thoughts,
listener.
opinions, and feelings of women.
I do. I do. She is delightful. I sit and I listen to everything that she says. Um,
Why are you dismissing what women are saying just because they're women? And also, like, you understand that not
because they're
only
fucking
women were polled
emotional.
within the context of these studies.
Sparky, I hope you have a good rest of
Now
your
he's
day.
gonna run
Hopefully
away
you pick
when
it.
confronted. Literally, look at that. So manly.
You're making a personal attack on me and my
Yeah, it
family.
is a personal
Oh,
attack on you.
like, can we not?
Yeah, it is.
I made some great points here.
You didn't make
Everybody
any good
across the internet,
points.
everybody across the internet has gained the knowledge that you don't know what a socket set is and have never held a tool. This is honestly
And we've
beneficial.
also gained the knowledge
It's a
that
net
you have
positive.
literally no cognitive thought processes. You literally dismiss really what studies indicate to be true, what facts are true, because
Indicate.
that's
Thank you for
woman
saying indicate.
thinking, right? Like, dude,
Thank you
you're a
for saying
caveman. You
indicate.
have no
No,
cognitive thought
no,
processes
I actually
that go
genuinely
beyond,
appreciate
like,
the fact
literally
that you said
whatever
indicate.
personally benefits yourself.
I genuinely appreciate the fact that you said indicate because it doesn't prove anything. Um, And I think we've established that just because 1,000 women say that they do everything
I'm
around the
sorry.
household at a
Why do you
disproportionate
assume
level,
that like the study is only
which definitely
women
should be the case.
that are
Which definitely
polled?
should be the
Wait,
case.
why do you assume that the study is only women that are polled?
Who all was polled in the study?
It would be men and women proportionate to the population.
Really?
Yes.
And it says that in the study.
Yes. How about you take a fucking look? It's from the Pew Research Center, my guy.
Dude, I'm
Aspen,
not
thank you
digging
for the
out my
goat.
fucking laptop. It's actually in my fucking truck, anyways. I'm not gonna fucking dig out a second device to sit here and debate
Yeah.
some
Of
person that's
course,
never
you
touched a
never do
Pluto.
research. Fits within the narrative.
I'm
Wow,
not gonna
that's
go. I'm not gonna
wow.
go
Men are
walk
so
to the
lazy,
fucking
right? It's very
parking
manly to
garage.
be lazy.
I'm not gonna walk to
It's
the
very
parking garage to
manly
get
to
my
not be able to
fucking
walk
laptop.
and to grab a fucking laptop to go look something up because
The
you
reason why I'm not at
aspire
work
to
right
gain
now is my
knowledge, right?
fucking
Not a
throat's
manly thing at
breaking.
all to aspire to gain knowledge or to like, not be lazy, right?
Listen, Parky, have a good fucking rest of your day.
Hmm.
Don't do anything too
You
crazy.
can
Pick up
spend
a
all that time on
tool.
a roof, but you can't go and get a fucking laptop to go look something up.
My
You can spend
fucking
all
foot
that
is
time doing
broken.
all that physical labor, all that 12-hour, 14-hour, 16-hour work labor, but you can't go get a fucking laptop to search something up. Jesus Christ, bro. Get your head out of your ass, man.
My
If you're
fucking
if you're
leg is
gonna run away
broken.
because I called you out for that, you're a fucking snowflake, bro. You're a fucking
Running
snowflake.
away from you, bro. I just have better things to do with my time. I
No, you
love the
don't.
fact that I was
You
single.
don't. You just
Just
literally are
because
saying
this
that to
is
run
your
away.
fucking job
You
doesn't
don't
mean I
have
have to
better
stay
things
here
to
with
do
you
with
the
your time.
entire
What are you
time.
talking about?
Just because this is your job doesn't mean I have to sit here with you your entire fucking time. Like
Okay,
this
because
is
you got cooked repeatedly and you know that you're gonna lose. That's what
how
it
did I
is.
get fucking cooked?
Every single point we
You,
brought up here.
you resorted to personal attacks on my family because you can't fucking have a conversation. You didn't like what I was
Oh,
saying.
well,
You think I'm
personal attacks on your
misogynistic.
family? I didn't personally attack your family. I personally attacked you.
Hold on.
Wait,
Okay.
did I not
You
personally attack you? It was an
you
attack on you,
resorted
not
to
your family.
you won't even let me finish a fucking sentence. We can start with that. This is not a delightful conversation by any means. Honestly. So if you want to try to restart, I'll do it. But you have to let me finish my statements. The second you cut me off once, that's when I'll leave. Okay? You want to go back to tariffs? You want to go back to men and women? What do you want to do?
Do you want to address anything I said?
I fucking ignored everything that you fucking said because you wouldn't let me fucking speak.
I did let you speak. You just weren't able to engage with any of those points intellectually, and that's why
No,
you're
I get
hurt in your
halfway through my
feelings,
first
and that's
sentence.
why you're complaining that you've been interrupted because it hurt your feelings that I questioned you on these things. I'm
Let's
sorry that
talk
made you
about it,
emotional.
fucker. I'm not fucking emotional. I got better things to do than fucking sit here and argue with somebody who's not going to let me finish a fucking sentence. So yeah, you want to go back to socket sets? Let's go back to socket sets. This is where your entire conversation got screwed from the beginning, or my entire conversation got skewed from the beginning when you actually deflected from socket sets and tariffs into me calling you not manly.
Yeah, let's talk about whatever makes you feel the most manly. Go ahead.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's gonna help me sleep tonight. So, um, obviously there are better goods being made here in the United States of America or in other countries, and sometimes I will even grant that sometimes even in China, but at a disproportionate rate, they're absolutely shit products coming into our country, and people are getting scammed left and right. I think that it's absolutely egregious that the average refrigerator only lasts 3 to 4 years. I think that's absolutely fucked up that the average stove lasts 5 to 7 years when back in the day, which I hope that you would know something about this, but I guess you probably wouldn't because of where you live. Maybe you said that you lived in a conservative area or at least a conservative household in Ohio. You might have some sort of understanding if things were made better back in the day, mostly because they're made in the United States of America or because we actually bought better goods as a whole. I understand that there's definitely a fucked up situation going on here in the United States because the Democratic Party has completely inflated the wages and completely suppressed and oppressed the population. So I do understand why people would want to buy cheaper goods, but I don't think it should result in us buying cheap goods from China.
You said the Democratic Party inflated wages.
Yeah, with taxes.
Wouldn't that be lessening how much you get? That doesn't make sense. That'd be inflated wages. What does that make sense?
Yeah, the average,
And
the
when I
money that
hear
comes into
inflated
the
wages, I
household.
mean like I hear like you that they've increased wages, right?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. So really, what I mean is that the wage gap between how much it costs to live versus how much somebody makes.
Okay. So you're saying that
The cost of living.
Democrats have not increased wages with respect to inflation.
Even if Democratic Party tries to increase wages, let's say in blue states where they increase minimum wage, it actually is a net detriment to society as a whole. Um, like, what the fuck are we talking about?
That's not true. Minimum wage
Let's say
increase.
if we raise minimum wage to $20 an hour now, every single farm has illegal immigrants working on it for $20 an hour. Yeah, that's obviously negative to our food industry. It's obviously negative to everything inside the United States of America.
So minimum wage definitely needs to be increased. We haven't increased it since 2009, so I think it should increase adjusted for inflation. It being
Oh,
725
inflation, why?
is crazy. Now it's different depending on the state, depending on the area that you're going to be in. But the point that you were making is that Democrats don't increase wages with respect to inflation. Did you know that wages were increasing with respect to inflation to a greater extent the last year and a half under the Biden-Harris administration, comparative to the first year and a half under the Trump administration so far?
But
Yeah, did you know that wages with respect to inflation were growing at a higher rate the last year and a half under the Biden administration comparative to the first year and a half under Trump's administration so far?
under COVID, when nobody was fucking working, what the fuck are you talking about?
The last year and a half under Biden was not during COVID, sir.
After COVID, when everybody was getting back to work. Got it. So,
It
yeah, I
was
don't
a
think
bit
that has
after
anything to do
that
with
even,
fucking
because this
Biden.
is like,
What policies did Biden put in place?
yeah, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, right? We can point to plenty policies that Biden passed specifically to address the needs of the job market in this country.
Right, and all those were because of COVID.
No, they weren't
The
all because of
inflation was
COVID.
up because of COVID. Yeah, so like even if it did a slight dip, inflation rose underneath both the end of Trump and the beginning of Biden's administration because of COVID. It's like, yeah, was there a bill passed to try to lessen inflation? Absolutely, but it was because of COVID. It wasn't because of Trump. It wasn't because of any other presidency. It was simply because of COVID. It's like,
I
yeah, there
agree.
might have been a dive simply in inflation, but it was because of COVID.
Yeah, yeah. Under the Biden administration, it was because of COVID, the supply chain issues relating to the pandemic. But we've seen inflation go up since the end of Biden's administration. Under the Trump administration, because of his tariff policy and his war with Iran, which you had admitted, by the way, the tariff policy would cause inflation. So that's made it worse off for interest rates, causing interest rates to be higher, making it harder for people to buy homes and less affordable to buy homes because now interest rates are worse off because inflation is higher. It also makes it harder for wages to increase with respect to inflation and GDP to increase with respect to inflation, which we've seen both slow since the beginning of Trump's administration. We've also seen lower job growth, higher unemployment, lower real domestic manufacturing investment. Basically, every main metric of the economy is worse off in the first year and a half under Trump's administration
Absolutely.
so far, comparative to the
Absolutely
last year and a
incorrect.
half under the Biden-Harris administration.
Do you know that this year alone, so far this year alone, there's been more automobile loans? People are buying high end luxury automobiles at an exponential rate here in the United States of America. So for you to sit here and try to say that every single economic level is down, it's absolutely incorrect. Do you think that we can measure the economy by how much vehicle loans people are taking off? This year so far, just as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's $80 billion in vehicle loans just so far this year. We're going to hit record breaking numbers. People are doing good. People are buying vehicles that they don't necessarily need, but are um, luxury high end lifestyle vehicles. I think that there's a lot of people doing really well, and just because some are doing bad doesn't mean that the entire economy is tanked. There's also many other things I can source, but if you want to Google this and get back to me on what you think, that's completely fine.
Okay, so your reference for the economy of is
This is
luxury
one.
lifestyle
I told you
vehicles.
I'll go to one. Not even just luxury vehicles, vehicle loans as a whole across the nation.
Loans, meaning people are pulling out loans to pay for it more. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean there's been more transactions proportionally as a percentage increase. And even so, if you look at things like corporate profits, for example, corporate profits have even grown at a lower percentage under the Trump administration the first year and a half comparative to the last year and a half under Biden's administration.
Because of COVID. That's why
No,
you
it's not
specifically
because of
said the
COVID.
last year and a half. The specific reason why you said last
That's
year and a
after
half
COVID,
was
sir.
yes, because it was right after COVID.
No, it's not.
Like, what
It's
the
not even
fuck?
right after COVID. This is
What in the
2020.
actual
This is
fuck are we
late
even talking about?
2023 and all of 2024. Do you know when COVID
What
was,
was that?
sir?
2019 to 2022.
So, well, I guess you could say the very end of 2019 was mainly 2020, but 2020 to 2022 which is a year and a half prior to when I was referencing the end of that. So like I gave time.
It bounced back. Yeah, things bounced back after COVID. Yeah, it took a little bit of time. Like, I don't understand why you think that the economy bouncing back and things doing better after a pandemic is somehow in relation to Biden
I
being a
gave
good
you the
president.
points that the Biden administration did to make those things better off. And also, since Trump's gotten
You
office,
said they were
these things have been
bipartisan.
wait, and since Trump's gotten office, these things have been made worse off.
You said they were bipartisan bills. So like
Yeah,
this was
that they
Republicans
work
and Democrats.
together
This was
with
not
people in
Biden.
Congress to get passed.
So like, do you think that every single thing that Trump signs off on, even if it's a bipartisan bill, which he doesn't have to sign, but if he signs off on that bill, that he gets credit for it, even though it was a Democratic bill that was forced to get passed through Congress? Like, what the fuck are we sitting here talking about?
Yeah, if he was a part of ensuring that that bill is going to get passed and help negotiate for that bill to get passed specifically relating to that thing that would be
No, let's
effective,
say he
yeah,
didn't, and all he did
that
was
would mean
sign
he's
them.
responsible for that.
Do the bills get implemented if he does not sign them?
Do bills, you know, they won't get implemented unless they're veto proof.
Right. So, does Donald Trump have credit for every single bill that he signed, even if it was a Democratic bill that got passed?
Yeah, some level of credit.
Right. So there's some level of credit for every single Democratic
Yeah, and that's
policy
why when he signed
that
off on more debt-related spending compared to the Biden-Harris administration, he gets credit for that too. Every single bill that he signed into law, right?
yeah, every single bill
Yeah,
gets signed by
all
either
4
president.
trillion more of debt-related spending in his first term comparative to the Biden-Harris administration, right?
4 trillion in what? What did he spend?
Signed into law, 4 trillion
on?
more dollars of debt-related spending signed into law. So
What
Trump
was it
did
spent on?
8.4 trillion overall. 4.8 trillion of that was non-COVID related compared to the Biden-Harris administration. 4.3 trillion overall, 2.2 trillion of which was non-COVID related.
Honestly, COVID is a fucking hoax. Like, I don't even understand what the fuck is going on with this
That's
stupid
obviously
fucking
not
liberal
true. You're
Democrat.
being
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, dude, it was
You're being
literally
ridiculous. What do you
proportionally
mean it
raised.
was a hoax, bro?
The same people on alive from the flu as did from COVID.
Wait, so do you have an issue with
Percentage-wise.
Operation Warp Speed? Trump fast tracking the
That
development of the
Trump
vaccines?
fast. Yeah, that was Trump fast tracking it. Yeah, I do have a problem with that. I think it led
Like
to
the only good thing that Trump's ever done, right? You have a problem with that, of course.
that was a good thing. People
Yeah,
fucking have
yeah.
all kinds of medical issues after
Wait, you
these damn
understand that the vaccine saved
vaccines.
millions of lives?
No,
Yes, they did. I'm sorry that
they're
hurts your feelings, but
affecting
the data
millions of
indicates that.
people.
There's a bibliography in my bio that has like 30 plus pages of evidence that indicates that you're wrong, of peer reviewed studies, of systematic reviews from international institutions all around the entire world, all coming to the same conclusions that these vaccines saved millions of lives around the entire world. Okay, you have no clue what you're talking about. Billions of doses have been given all around the world, and we've seen extremely, extremely low likelihood of side effects comparative to other vaccines historically. Okay? Out of all vaccines historically, it is one of the safest vaccines. Okay? Now, that's not to say that there are no side effects. Of course, there have been side effects, but the side effects from the vaccines are significantly outweighed by the amount of side effects that it prevented, right, by people taking the vaccines, right, and not getting side effects then from COVID, right, as dangerous as what they would have otherwise, right, or there were less people that got COVID, less people that had harmful long-term complications because of the fact that they had vaccinations. Not to say that it completely got rid of these things, but it reduces the likelihood of those things. So you have to understand the implications that this has. There's a cost-benefit analysis here, and the cost-benefit analysis tells us that implementation of vaccines was significantly more effective for saving lives.
Absolutely incorrect. So you're talking about short term. I'm talking about big picture. That's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. We think about the bigger picture. We think about the greater good of the country as a whole in the long term for our grandchildren's. You want cheap tools now. I want good tools for my grandchildren. Like, this is the absolute difference that we're always going to differ on. Is you want cheap food now. You want cheap microwaves. You want cheap stoves. I want beneficial, productive things coming into our society, being sold on the markets that last longer and are better quality. This is the reason why the food inside of the stores is absolute poison. This is the reason why big pharma is completely taking over the world with their implementations of poisoning us inside of the grocery stores. I'm probably going to get flagged for this, by the way. But truthfully, it's because of Democrats like you that want cheap things right now.
Isn't RFK literally like the head of the HHS? Like, when is it? When is the food not going to be poisoned? I thought he was going to fix that.
The food's still fucking poison. If not, if
Oh,
only
okay.
it's
So he didn't fix
worse.
that.
No.
No, I thought that's what he was going to do, bro. I thought Maha, make America healthy again, right?
Maha.
Yeah, what happened to getting
Yeah,
the
yeah. I
poison out of
don't.
the food?
And by the way, I don't support any fucking
Now it's got
president. I
explosive
don't support
diarrhea
any
now. You know that,
fucking
right? Like
president.
now the food's okay. Well.